In Xavier's storage room, I discovered an old camera covered in dust. Okay. Let's see. Can you ask your friend who runs the secondhand bookstore something? I want to see if they have a mystery novel called Fate's Displacement. Let me see. Can I borrow it? I head upstairs and open the door, but no one's in the living room. Xavier?
Over here.
I follow the voice and find what looks like a mushroom in the storage room. Crushed, he rummages through everything.
I could have sworn I put that book here.
This really lives up to the storage in storage room. Sanding stone for grinding ink, a typewriter, a suitcase with brass locks, yellowish rice paper with calligraphy. The small room is packed with all sorts of things from various eras and countries. It's impressive.
There's still that cabinet over there. Can you check it?
Listening to Xavier, I make my way to the back of the storage room and open a large wooden cabinet. Found it. You really did tuck this away. As I reach for the novel on the upper shelf, a black object falls from the very top. I quickly catch it by its strap, and only then do I realize it's a vintage camera.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. This is a film camera, isn't it? I haven't seen a person use one in ages.
It's been here for quite some time.
I remember Xavier saying he used to develop his own photos when we went to Twinkle photo booth. You said you developed photos before. Did you do it by yourself in a dark room?
There's this vintage camera shop that's been around for years. The owner sometimes let me use his darkroom. Do you want to see it?
If I get the chance. I've only seen photo development in movies. The process is interesting. Like you're doing a chemistry experiment. As if recalling something, he takes the camera from my hands and examines it.
There's an unfinished roll of film inside.
He points to a small window at the front of the camera.
This is the frame counter, and there should be 6 shots left. You'd usually wait until you've used up the entire roll before developing the film.
Photos that were taken years ago can still be developed?
They might be faded, or there could be some film grain, but that's what makes the process fun. No one can be completely sure what will appear until the film is developed.
The gentle breeze steers the curtains as evening sunlight falls on him. He bends over with the camera, and for a moment I feel like I stepped into an old photograph. I wonder what he used that film for back then. Xavier, let's use up the rest of the film. I want to watch you develop the photos.
Sure, sounds good to me. I also want to capture what I'm seeing right now.
Xavier raises the camera and aims it at me, but the sound of the shutter never arrives.
I knew it'd act up since it sat in storage for so long.
Is it broken?
The focus ring is stuck, but it can be easily fixed. I'll have to steal some of your reading time. Is that okay?
Xavier takes me to Film Corner, a second-hand camera store that's tucked away in the depths of an alley.
This camera hasn't been used in a while, huh? The internal lubricant dried up, which is why the focus ring won't turn.
Despite his young age, the store owner expertly disassembles the lens. He cleans it thoroughly before applying fresh lubricant.
It's still a good lens. Great for landscape photography.
I thought you just occasionally took landscape photos with your phone. I had no idea you were into photography.
The person who sold me the camera asked if I took more portrait photos or landscape photos. Then the lens was recommended to me.
My dad used to do the same thing when he sold cameras. Recommending lenses to customers was his favorite part of the job.
With that face, Xavier smiles softly as if remembering something.
Oh, right. Do you still offer that self-development service for photos?
Yes, but since I took over the store, very few customers wanted to develop their own photos, and I wouldn't say any of them were as young as you.
That's good to hear. Do you have any lenses suitable for portrait photography?
I've got you. Here are a few lenses that are essential for it.
Payment complete.
Xavier quickly buys a lens, yet with obvious interest he can't help but eye the other ones the store owner recommended.
This lens goes well with the one you just bought. Purchasing it is a good idea.
I don't come here often, so maybe I should...
Seeing his hand reach for another lens, I quickly pull him aside. It's only 6 photos. Haven't you been taking perfectly good pictures with just one lens?
I've never photographed people before.
It's not like you're on your way to becoming a professional photographer. Are the lenses for people and scenery really different from each other?
I'm not sure. That's why I want to figure it out now. I don't think I'll stop once I use up the rest of the film. I have a feeling I'll like portrait photography.
You should at least try out the new lens first. You might be surprised by how well the photos turn out. I look around before walking over to the window. The lighting is decent. Take a few photos as a test.
Here?
We'll use those remaining 6 shots in no time.
That's why I prefer to take my time. I take my time with photography. Those previous rolls of film, I spent hours going through them. And when each photo is developed, I can recall every moment behind it. I'd rather save the remaining film for special memories.
I get it. You want to capture moments worth remembering. I guess we'll have to create some then.
We can start today.
Following Xavier's gaze, I notice the flowers on the window sill are in full bloom.
The seeds we planted in the flower field last year should be blossoming by now. We made a promise to see them in spring. I even sealed the deal. And I always honor my contracts.
He gives the camera in his hand a little shake, then he takes my hand.
Let's go. Capturing their growth will be a memorable moment.
We arrive at the city outskirts. In the field of flowers, I see a starry fence between 2 large trees in the distance. Immediately spotting a small patch of flowers different from the rest, I excitedly pulled Xavier along as I ran over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all of them bloomed.
Everything we plant together seems to blossom without fail.
Xavier takes out a picnic blanket from his backpack and spreads it out under the tree. He soon takes out cakes, snacks, and drinks as if he's performing a magic trick. I thought you only had your camera in that bag. When did you prepare all of this?
Actually, the camera was the unexpected part of the plan. A flower's birthday is on the day it blooms, so we should bring a small cake when we visit. I won't forget what I promised you.
Looking at his confident expression, I begin to realize something. This isn't your first visit here this spring, huh?
The flowers didn't bloom at the same time. At least I can get here quickly.
How many times has he just poofed here? The thought of Xavier secretly teleporting to the flower field to check on the plants makes me smile. Don't tell me you have a handwritten journal too, Xavier.
You really do know me like the back of your hand.
He guides me to sit down on the picnic blanket, then he pulls out a small notebook from his bag. I open it to find simple numbers and symbols organized by date.
This symbol means sprouting, and this one means blooming.
Taking pictures with your phone should be easier, right?
You've been using my phone to binge watch shows a lot lately. My secret would have been revealed if you saw the photographs.
When a bunny wants to be sneaky, he can give his scammer a run for their money.
These flowers are special to us. Similar to how you celebrated my birthday. Theirs should be celebrated as well.
He raised his camera to get me and the flowers in the picture.
We should preserve this moment forever.
Let's wish them a happy first spring birthday.
Here's to more springs where the two of us celebrate their birthday together.
We're having a picnic in the field of flowers when new visitors arrive shortly after.
For environmental protection and sustainability, we could install a rainwater collection system in this park.
Park? Xavier and I exchange a glance before turning to look at the group of people wearing uniforms in the distance. They're taking pictures while talking among themselves.
We should also create seasonal themed areas and add some interactive landscape features.
Are they going to turn this place into a park?
I guess it's a lot safer around here than before. On my way here, I noticed that more people had moved into the area.
It took a long time for the ruins to become a field of flowers, but it can turn into a park at a moment's notice.
Are you sad?
This is your favorite spot to rest, and it's home to so many birds and Fluffy.
They've survived
this is
far
Fluffy?
worse.
Oh,
Even when it was nothing but ruins occupied by wanderers, they kept...
oops.
Converting it into a park isn't necessarily a bad thing. If anything, it'll protect this place from being taken over by skyscrapers.
What if our flowers get crushed during the construction, though?
Then we'll find them a new home.
He smiles thoughtfully. It seems as if he's remembered something.
How does a forest that blooms with flowers every spring sound?
Does Lincoln even have such a place? When it comes to forests, the only one I can think of is in the no-hunt zone.
It's not in Lincoln, but getting there won't take too long.
Xavier taps on his phone a few times before turning the screen towards me. I see a webpage for Templing Ranch.
There's a large field of wildflowers in the forest near the ranch. It should be the perfect new home for our flowers. Give me a few minutes.
Xavier produces some gardening tools. How or where, I'm not too sure. Together we carefully transplant the flowers into pots. Before leaving, I find myself getting one final look at the peaceful field. This place will be completely different when we come back.
Yeah, there will be all sorts of new flowers and trees we don't recognize. The paths we walked will be paved with stones and decorated.
Will you miss them?
Most of the changes I've experienced recently are good. Someone planted these flowers with me, and after one winter, they sprouted and bloomed. Instead of missing the past, I'm more excited about...
He holds a flower pot in one hand while tightly holding my hand in the other.
the flowers blooming tomorrow, the day after, next year, and the year after that, as well as who will be in the future.
On Saturday, we drive to the ranch. The sun is already dipping behind the treetops by the time we get there. Warm sunlight pours over the lush green pasture. Sheep that look like pieces of cotton candy move along.
Welcome. Your room is ready and we'll have your luggage brought up for you.
So we're staying here?
You can explore several areas. The sheep pasture, the produce garden, hiking trails, and a recreational zone. You can visit any place that interests you.
Thank you. When you're in the mountains, it gets dark more quickly. It's also not the best time to transplant flowers right now. Let's spend the afternoon here. We'll be in the forest the whole day tomorrow.
I wasted no time heading straight for the sheep pasture. Xavier, they're friendly. Quick, take a picture of me with them. I gently pat a lamb's fluffy head as I position myself next to it.
Got it. I hope I did okay in terms of focus.
The sheep are super cute. Any photo with them will turn out great.
Move closer to the sheep. I'll record a video with my phone.
I turn and walk among the flock, happily petting every sheep I can reach to my left and right. I'm enjoying myself. Xavier, do you want to take... I turn around only to see Xavier has vanished without a trace. Where did he go?
Here.
A hen struggles to emerge from behind the flock of sheep. It manages to perform a small wave in my direction. Xavier lies on the ground. He holds his camera high above his head. Meanwhile, an enthusiastic sheepdog, its tail wagging happily, has made itself comfortable on top of him. He manages to lift his head, and his hair that's usually neat is now sticking up in all directions.
Help me, please.
I'm on my way. In one fluid motion, I pull up my phone, focus the camera, and hit the record button.
That isn't what I had in mind when I begged for your help.
This is going to be my entry for the Golden Photography Contest. Work with me here. We'll split the prize money if I win.
Or I can give you half of the prize money to pay for an emergency rescue.
Wait, I have an idea. Hold on. Smiling, I run to grab a bundle of hay nearby and wave it above my head. As the flock approaches me, the sheepdog seems to remember its actual job. It turns to follow the sheep. Look, Xavier, it worked. Just as I put down the hay and try to leave, I realize the eager flock of sheep has surrounded me. Hey, stop pulling at my clothes. The hay is over there. I don't have any more. While I'm awkwardly trying to negotiate with the sheep, I hear the familiar click of a camera shutter. Xavier, I thought we were friends at least.
I want to enter the Golden Photography Contest too. I gave you my prize money, and I need to make a living somehow.
That was cute. Xavier makes his way through the flock of sheep and picks me up. Just as I try to get down, his arms around my waist tighten.
Let's move away from them before I put you down. These little sheep are hungry and might not give up on you so easily. I also need to make sure that overly friendly sheepdog doesn't try to jump into my arms again.
Still holding me, he walks towards the other side of the pasture. The air carries the scent of spring, and dozens of colorful kites dance in the sky. On a wide open field, visitors are flying their kites. Excited, I grab Xavier's hand and pull him along to join them.
Dad, look! That guy's kite is higher than yours!
Other visitors gradually turn to watch, and some even approach Xavier's for tips.
I'm not using any special tricks. Just feel the wind and let the string do its thing. It'll soar on its own.
What a straightforward yet big tutorial. After my kite nose dives into the ground again, I decide to just watch the kite as it almost touches the clouds. His kite. Xavier, why are you good at flying kites?
Maybe it's because this is like fishing. You just need to relax and wait. When the wind picks up, let out the string. Then pull it in as the wind dies down.
You seem to have special talent for things that require patience.
It's similar to getting used to change. I wasn't born with it. Do it enough times and you'll figure out how it works after a while.
You said you don't use any special tricks when you fly a kite, though.
Yeah, you don't need to do a lot for that. But there's one trick you can use when you're waiting for the wind.
Oh. He turns. Under the sun, a gentle smile appears on his face.
Don't give up.
He hands me the spool and stands behind me. His hands serve as my guide to let out the string as they apply different pressure. Did you always get what you wanted when you waited?
For the one time it mattered the most.
Oh.
Yes.
His warm fingers press against mine as we gently pull against the wind. The kite soars higher into the sky. That night we sleep well at the ranch guest house. When I wake up, daylight's already filtering through the window. Rubbing my eyes, I'm about to call out to Xavier, but someone knocks on the door.
I'm going outside for a bit. Get changed and meet me by the guest house entrance when you're ready. I'll take the flowers with me. Don't worry.
After freshening up, I open the wardrobe to find a beautiful embroidery dress inside. When did he prepare this? No wonder he talked about getting changed. I happily change into the dress and carefully style my hair before heading out. The guest house sits on the edge of the pasture. I don't see anyone nearby, so I take out my phone to contact Xavier. I hear the faint sound of hoofbeats and turn. Xavier approaches me while on a white horse. Sunlight weaves a soft golden halo around his figure as the hoofbeats gradually slow to stop beside me.
I found someone who'd help us go up the mountain. I have the flowers here. By the way, this is Rice Ball. The ranch staff said she's very smart and will make sure we don't get lost. Is there something on my face? You haven't even blinked once.
Xavier, where's your camera? He pats the bag hanging from the saddle. I step forward to retrieve the camera. Good thing I saw you use it before. I take a step back as I turn on the camera. Can you turn Rice Ball slightly to the side? She's in the way.
Is this really a moment worth capturing?
Of course, this is the first time I get to see your excellent horseback riding skills.
There are only 3 shots left. Let's use my phone instead. You can even record a video if you want.
I want both. We're getting both videos and photos. I point the camera at Xavier, who is on horseback. I watch its image come into focus through the viewfinder. I bet the first 30 photos on this roll of film are of landscapes. But I want to see Xavier on it too. Through the viewfinder, I see him pause for a moment before smiling. What? Why is that there? With the crisp sound of the shutter, the film captures a moment that makes my heart skip a beat. We have 2 shots left. Xavier helps me into the horse so that I sit in front of him. He takes his time adjusting our position, then he grabs the reins and leans closer.
Let's save these last 2 pictures for more memorable moments. Let's go.
Rice ball carries us across the meadow and gradually makes her way into the forest. Towering trees create a natural canopy overhead, while dappling sunlight filters through the leaves. Overlapping patterns decorate the forest floor. Have you been here before?
No, but I visited similar locations. I saw this place in a magazine and wanted to check it out for myself.
I'm glad the forests you've been in aren't as gloomy as Nohan Zone number 7. Or like the misty Starfall forest. Oh.
It was spring when I landed here, too.
What do you mean?
When I stepped out of Traceback 2, the forest I was in wasn't called No Hunt Zone number 42. And at that time, it had a sea of flowers.
Oh, he's talking about when his spaceship landed on Earth. After a long interstellar journey, the first thing he landed on was a sea of blooming flowers that covered his shoes. It was Xavier's first spring on Earth. When we visited your spaceship, there weren't many flowers.
Yeah, it's been a long time since then. I thought I wouldn't need to stay here for too long before returning home.
A thought flashes through my mind. If you had returned, we would have never met. Is it selfish of me to think that way? My heart feels like a sponge soaked in water. It's heavy with a heartfelt ache. In the end, I said nothing and leaned into his embrace. The scattered flowers gradually merge into a field as patches of light grow brighter. Rice bowl rounds a winding path. Flooded with brilliant sunlight, a forest clearing appears before us. The scenery unfolds to reveal an endless field of flowers beneath the blue sky. It's all I can see. Was the first spring you experienced when you arrived here also like this?
The weather wasn't as nice as today's, and the flowers hadn't fully bloomed yet. My feelings back then were different too. Now, all of this, it feels like a new spring to me.
He holds me close with one arm while guiding the horse with the other. Under the spring sunlight, Rice Ball glides through the field of flowers. Together we choose the perfect spot and carefully transplant the flowers into a more spacious area.
Do you feel better now? This forest has been here for a long time. Our flowers will flourish.
The tiny flowers quiver under the sunlight that's accompanied by the breeze. They blend into the sea of flowers, yet they stand out because of their special significance to us. The thought that flashed through my mind in the forest hasn't faded. Instead, it pervades more strongly as I watch Xavier caress the flower petals. Xavier, if I tell you that seeing this field of flowers makes me feel somewhat grateful. Grateful you didn't return home. I mean, would you think I'm selfish?
No.
The shutter clicks after his short response. The second to last photo captures the new home we found for our flowers.
I'm also grateful. I'm grateful that we found this new field of flowers in the forest. The scenery I once saw by myself no longer exists only in my past. Because of these flowers, that scenery will be etched into our memories. I'm glad these positive changes can be captured by the camera we rediscovered. And I'm grateful that you'll be here for this spring, and for the ones in the future.
I walk up to him and take his hand. There's still one more positive change we need to capture on this roll of film.
Which is?
He doesn't have a photo of us together, not yet at least. Emotion wells up in his eyes.
The last picture can be just us.
We lie down beside the newly planted flowers as Xavier turns the camera to face us. Our picture becomes the final photo on this roll of film that had been in a long slumber. We burst into a fit of laughter as we just completed some important ceremony. Xavier, even though you lived through countless springs and saw many forests blossom, I turned my head and cradled his face in my hands. I'm confident that the spring you'll spend with me are nothing like what you've experienced before.
It doesn't matter what you say. I have to see it to believe it. So I'm looking forward to it.
We stand up and walk hand in hand along the path through the sea of flowers. We're on our way to the hillside. He's very focused. Oh no. No. Xavier.
I can smell the scent of spring in the air.
Pick up phone.
Using your old tricks again while trying to record a video?
Didn't you record me when I was surrounded by sheep?
I'm sleepy. You'll only be filming Xavier in a land of dreams.
What are you dreaming
In
about?
my dream, you turned into a little bunny, and I'm chasing you. I was about to touch your bunny tail too, but then... Someone caught me by my rabbit ears first. I don't know if I'll be in a bunny's dreams, but... I'll definitely be on someone's roll of film. Ow. Just so you know, Xavier bites when he's provoked.
This is really cute. I wish I could make it go all the way around. Take a screenshot here. Interesting.
Come closer then. I'll give you a demonstration.
Are you trying to steal my phone, Xavier?
I can't wait to admire your artistic photo masterpiece.
No, wait, I know you'll delete them.
Even if we delete what's on the phone, The images etched into my memory will never be erased. We'll take another photo next spring, and we'll do it again for the spring after. We'll do it until we take the 17,800th photo.
Those words were sealed with a kiss, I guess?
If there's still time before next spring. Let's fulfill this promise right here, right now.
So sweet. Shortly after returning to Lincoln, Xavier brings me to the camera stored dark room. The dimly lit space is filled with photo development equipment. Only a weak red safe light illuminates the area. After going through a series of precise steps, the film is slowly drawn out from the development tank. I watch as Xavier clips the film in place. Water droplets fall and catch the faint red glow on the room. You're very skilled. I'm surprised I don't see a lot of more photos in your house.
I kept losing them whenever I moved, and eventually I stopped taking them altogether.
The image from the negatives is hazily projected into the photo paper through the enlarger. After exposure, the paper is put in the development tray. Luckily for us, you didn't use up the whole roll of film.
Or maybe it wasn't luck.
I turn to look at him. I can barely make out his gentle smile in the darkness.
Back then, maybe I imagined I'd find a way to connect the past and the future. And once that was done, I'd wait for the moment when their photos are developed together.
That's not in the future anymore, Xavier. In the darkness, I feel his grip on my hand tighten.
Yes, the future has become our present. This is the most beautiful change I've experienced.
The image slowly begins to appear on the submerged paper. As soon as the film is developed, two timelines merge. His past and our present finally connect. That was really, really sweet.